let's do a couple tuning exercises just real quick before we start. I like to do this thing where I play, you play, and I stop exactly when you start, and vice versa. So that we're never playing together, but it forces you to listen to see if you're above, below, or with the right tone, all those things. All right? So I'll just give you a nod.
I think on the G I was a little sharp, and I think on the C too. Also.
Yeah, a little bit?
Yeah.
I think after just listening and playing, you tended to match me actually pretty closely,
nice. Okay.
Which is good because that means you got a good ear. The hard thing about the listening thing though, and maybe I should have explained this better at the beginning, is that you have such a good natural ear, you're going to want to adjust immediately. And I don't want you to feel like you have to lip the whole time.
Okay.
So what I'd like for you to try this time, don't adjust, only go for beautiful tone. Be like, I'm going to get my best possible sound. And then just listen to where it is. Don't change anything about it, just listen to where it is. That way you know for sure, like, I actually am a little bit sharp. And then I actually can pull out instead of, because you just adjusted so naturally, you know, and I felt like after a couple notes, it was like, oh, we're good.
Nice.
Right? So, but we don't want you to have to do that.
I think my tone was better.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I should get the tone first and then adjust.
Because once you get your tone there, you're like, oh, well, I guess I was into it.
Yeah.
Right. I think it did kind of fix. You don't have to worry about lipping if you just go for the center of the pitch. Because you're in a good spot.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're good.
Nice.
Okay, let's go ahead and get this party started. How fast are you willing to sight read this? I mean, look through the 16th note bits, kind of finger through them.
I think I can handle it decently fast.
Sing to me like this part so that I know how fast you want to take those.
Which part?
Like any of the 16th note stuff.
Let's see.
This is what I do when I'm sight reading is I pick the hardest, fastest looking thing, and I kind of sing through it and finger through it. That kind of tells me how fast I think I should go, right?
Yeah.
So like dun da 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 da. Does that feel like too fast for you, or does that feel like a good tempo? See what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I think I can do that, yeah.
That's a great tempo. All right.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is basically in 2 plus 3.
Yeah.
At letter B, it goes to 3 plus 2. And then back to letter C.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. But overall, feels pretty good.
Mhm.
Feels pretty stable. How's your tone?
I don't think I was listening to it too much.
I think you and
Yeah.
everybody else, when we sight read, we're
Yep,
thinking
yeah,
about the
uh-huh.
notes on the page.
Mhm.
And that's why I asked, because I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that you save a little bit of RAM
Yeah.
for tone, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of drive space up there needs to be
Okay.
always reserved for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because even when you're sight reading, you could probably let go of a little more air
Okay.
and just fill up your tone a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's no fun when you've been sick too. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like everything's all kind of like, closed off again, and you have to like, you'll probably
Yeah.
start coughing more, or you
Yeah,
start blowing, so
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
to
yeah,
even, it's no fun being sick, I'm so sorry. But let's try it anyway.
Yeah.
Let's just start right at D, let's
Okay.
sight read to the end, and then we'll go back and catch some of the
Okay.
spots again. Beautiful key change. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. That's it.
Okay. Nice.
It's so interesting, like
Yeah.
coming in right on 1 and 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Those are little tricky moments, and this is it's fun.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I think I came in a little early, but yeah.
Yeah, but you can fix that. Let's just do it all again from the top. Before we do that, any spots that you want to finger through,
Yeah.
finger through them now.
Okay, I think I'm good.
You ready?
Mhm.
All right, from the top. Again, tone. Always leave a
Mhm.
little bit of
Yeah,
brain
yeah.
space for that.
Mhm.
Yeah, to do a couple of breaths real quick.
Yeah.
So relaxed. So
Mhm.
good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Ooh, isn't that a fun little ending?
Yeah.
I like it. Nice.
Nice.
Let's give you one more shot at
Yeah.
your A major
Yeah,
scale,
yeah.
and we'll be good. Let's just do the presto to the end.
Cool.
How brave are you feeling?
Very brave. Yes.
Let's do the presto a little
Mhm.
faster. Get your G sharp finger
Mm,
ready,
yep.
right?
Yeah.
Finger alive and well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was so
Nice.
cool!
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
I love this. Love this book so much.
Mhm.
Yeah, those are so good for you. Why don't you do a set tongued? It's always good to do it both ways. Do one tongued and one slurred. And the same thing again. And this time maybe slow it down just a hair so you can really nail the center of every pitch as you're changing.
So tongue it and then slur it? Or
Yeah.
go it through tongue
Just do
and
the
then
whole
through slur?
thing. Do the whole thing tongued, yeah. That's what I meant.
Lost myself.
You did G 1 and 3 and then you thought you were on D. the kind of balloony thing that occasionally creeps into your playing. This is actually an exercise I think will help you with that. Because the whole point, if you get into your head about the whole point of it, the point of it is to go from one note to the next and know exactly, A, what the interval sounds like, and B, what it feels like, so that you can nail it right off the bat. So you got valve. And you just flawless, like you want to practice that connection between every two notes. And so you do it, you can do it slow if you need to, and really find that flawless. That's why it's good to do it slurred and tongue. Do it both ways. There's no amount of space or decay between the notes. So it's just like, here's this note, and then boom, here's this one.
Okay. Yes.
So why don't you do that again? Sort of back up on the C. Let's do that octave. Picky because you're good enough. But like, and you, like, just like when you did on the A flat, you did it a couple times until you really nailed it. That E flat was there, but it was like a millisecond later that it finally found its core. So try it again and see if you could just, bam, nail that E flat. That was better. Exercise and use it to just, oh my gosh, that just takes you to the next level up, you know?
I'm glad you say these things, because a lot of times there's exercises I do that I've been told to do, but I don't really know why I'm doing it. It's just like, just do it kind of thing. So I'm glad you said that, because now I know what to listen for when I do those kinds of things.
Yeah, otherwise you're just playing notes. Yeah. But now you're going to get so much clearer and cleaner as a player by thinking about those things. That's a great exercise. Well, you're sounding good. Only thing we haven't done is something to warm up the tongue and the fingers. So why don't we do G major, 2 octaves. Have we done the version where we go?
We have, I just can't. I got that fast on the upper part.
Oh, we don't have to go that way.
that.
I know, but if you're already struggling on the low G, that's hard. It's hard to tongue that low and that fast. So take it as whatever tempo you like. Not bad. Yeah, not bad at all. Let's practice this. Always kind of helps me to realize the G's not as low as I think if you kind of connect it to the C. I mean, it's still hard, but that would get you a little better at it.
Yeah, you really do kind of.
And when you're doing your interval exercises that we were doing a second ago, do the lower octave stuff too.
Yeah,
that'll be good. Fantastic. And is the how far have you gotten on this so far?
Oh, good. Wait, no, well, technically I worked on this part this morning, but this part is super.
You mean my favorite measure? I'm serious.
I was trying to figure. I know it's a double. So is it just F?
Oh, check the
F
key.
sharp. Oh wait. Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this.
Oh, wait, don't just say this. Tell me
Oh,
the names.
sorry.
Tell me
F
the
sharp,
names.
F, E. Is that what it is?
Yes, that is it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wait. So F sharp, F, E, and then F again, and then E.
No.
D sharp?
There's 2 in a row.
Oh.
And the E sharp carries through every single one until the
There's
E
2
natural.
E sharp.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 E
So
sharp.
F sharp, F, E, F, F, E, D sharp, E, E,
Yeah.
D sharp, D, D sharp, D sharp, D, D, C, B, and then the
Bingo.
normal.
So do you notice a pattern? Or is it still just
It's
like
chromatic.
too much notes and too many notes?
I
Yeah, it's just chromatic. That's all it is.
took the 2 repeating ones.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, the thing. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just a little pattern that just goes down chromatically. Do 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 do. Then the same pattern. Do do. Same pattern down.
Oh yeah.
And then it changes. Right?
Yeah, this measure just like scares me looking at it. So.
That's kind of the fun of it, right? It looks terrifying, and then once you learn it, you're like, oh geez, it's really
never
not
mind.
that hard. It's so easy compared to some of these other measures that are like, whoa.
This one.
Yeah. So why don't you say it again? This is actually harder than playing it. Say it like you just did and finger it in time.
In time.
I know you don't have to
Real
go
slow.
fast, but real slow, but in time without slowing down.
I'm gonna probably tap like an 8th note.
That's fine.
Okay, so F sharp, F, E. Oh wait, I already messed up. F sharp, F, E, F, F, E, D sharp, E, E, D sharp, D, D sharp, D sharp, D, D, C. That was on time.
That was pretty close though. I think you can do it after maybe one
Okay.
more time. Okay.
F sharp, F, E, F.
Yeah, let's try
Oh,
it again.
yeah.
Ready?
Okay.
Good.
F sharp, F, E, F, F, E. Whoa, that's not right. Was it?
Yeah, it was so far.
Oh.
You're fine.
Okay. F sharp, F, F sharp, F, E, F, F, E, D sharp, E, E, D sharp, D, D sharp, D sharp, D, D, C, B, C. Okay.
Yes, good. Okay, play it that slow. You're gonna find that it's like far too easy for you now.
Well, that was not high
I'm
enough.
out. Yeah, it was. That's
Oh,
right
was
now.
it?
You just gotta let out some more air. You're holding it in. Yep.
Oh wait, okay. Oh, okay.
Same
It
pattern.
keeps throwing me off. I keep thinking it's going up. Okay.
Right, but it's the same pattern. Down,
Okay.
down, down, up, down, 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 up.
Oh,
So
okay.
easy. So easy. You feel free to move that stand back. I feel like you're,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little
yeah,
close.
no need to let it block your beautiful tone.
So cool.
Yeah, it's so, you've got it though. Okay. Da, 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 da. Same thing, nice and steady, and go. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I almost didn't look at the music.
Yeah, because you don't need to. It's because it's like a simple pattern.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's such an easy little pattern. It just looks ugly.
I'll double
I know
check.
that was mean. Is that me being a bully? It looks ugly.
It does look ugly.
It's notes on the page.
Whole
Hopefully it
song.
doesn't care. Whole song looks ugly.
Looks pretty ugly.
Okay, now do it again and pay closer attention to the articulations as they're marked. Ta, 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 ta. Now don't worry so much about making that first one short. Just make sure that you tongue the second one as well. That's
Okay.
what I'm getting at.
Alright, so.
And then it changes on the last beat.
Oh yeah. Da, da, da. Wait,
You do
this
slur.
one? Oh,
Ta, the D sharp to the D natural, you do slur.
Oh, okay, right there.
Yep,
I
yep,
see
the
what you're
pattern, see what I'm saying, the pattern
Yeah.
changes. The pattern is really only 3 beats long, and then that 4th beat is a different pattern.
Oh, okay.
Same thing, ready, and go. That's it,
Okay.
good. Whoops. I love this part, this is the coolest little lead in.
It's kind of similar to this part, kind of.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Mostly the-
It's almost exactly
Da,
the same as
da,
that.
da.
Mm-hmm. All right, do it again. We're gonna just gradually speed you up.
Okay.
Ba-ba-da-da. Yeah. That's it. You seem like you're getting it. You just need a little extra confidence.
Yeah, I
Here's-
keep seeing the E and then I just can't physically play an F.
I know. You'll get used to it. Try it with your left hand.
Left hand, okay. Okay. Oh.
I know, it's weird.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
That
Do it
was-
again with your right
okay.
hand. Dum-ba-da-da, dum-ba-da-da. Not bad.
Okay.
Left
Just
hand
at the
again.
end. Yeah, okay.
It's a little trick I learned once.
Whoa.
That's
can't
it.
even, like,
Trust
that,
yourself.
was
You had it, yeah. Yes, you get it.
it? That's so
Isn't
weird.
that weird? I know.
That's so weird.
Somebody was telling me, you have like left brain and right brain, and they have to like do this thing, and they don't communicate sometimes. And there's something about like switching which hand you do it with that like
Makes it,
your brain's kind of like, whoa, what's going on? And, but all of a sudden it sticks a little
and
bit.
it's easier to do with
It is, isn't it? I don't know. That's just something
was
that I
fun.
occasionally do when I have a tricky bar fingering wise.
Okay.
Try it again with your right hand.
Okay.
It's okay, you got this. Yeah, dramatic. Yeah, it sounds great. Have we ever done the metronome challenge thing?
You told me about it, we've never done it in like,
Like in a lesson.
in a lesson though, where you like go up by like
2 clicks,
2 clicks.
no more than 3.
And 1 and 3, okay.
That's the rule. So you feel like you're doing it at the same speed, but you're really getting better at it because 2 clicks feels like you're not changing at all.
Okay.
So it's a really fun and easy way to sound awesome without hardly any effort.
That's good. I feel like I've done that with my piano teacher,
Yeah,
probably.
it's so easy. So do that. It will take
Okay.
you all of 10 minutes at the most to
To
be
get
like,
super fast.
yeah. You're gonna be like, whoa.
Okay.
You're gonna
learn
learn it.
metronome.
Yep, you know, write that down and metronome that sucker. In fact, let me grab my metronome. Do we have time to do a couple minutes of that, or do you want to move on to something else?
I'm good with that.
Metronome,
Great.
good with that? All right, where's my metronome? There it is. Okay. We only have like a minute left in it. Let's see. Might as well do this. So let's tap where we were. You were at bum ba da da bum ba da da bum ba da bum ba ba. So you're about 47. Let's make it 48.
This is still 8 notes.
No, this is the quarter note. Da, 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 da.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
See, it's so easy. ahead of the click. It's not as fast as you're taking. Yep, it's so easy. Keep it slow. Yeah, you were rushing.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
Yeah, it's easy. Easy, right? Except for that one little articulation. Yeah, you did the same articulation thing.
Awesome.
Third pattern.
Yeah.
But look where we are.
I already went up 10. That's pretty
Okay,
good.
we're up 13. We
Oh,
started at 47.
that's right. Oh,
Yeah. So, I mean, it's so easy. Just don't rush, right? And if you miss an articulation, maybe do it again at that
At that
speed. Yeah. So you'll be at, 100 in less than 5 minutes. I think it's so easy.
Okay.
So
So
just,
just smart practicing.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Instead
my-
of just rushing through it and being like,
Or just playing through. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really bad at
That's okay. You'll get better at it. And especially when you realize how good you sound after, like, doing
Just
this,
working on that one
witch-heading. Mm-hmm. And you'll do one measure at a time that way, and you're gonna sound like money. And it's gonna be great.
that. Okay.
It's good. Okay,
Smart
well,
practice.
you got this.
Because as we noticed last week, my sound when playing jazz is so much better than classical music. I don't know, if this is just a mental thing or.
It probably is a mental thing because you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
And when you enjoy something, you relax.
Mhm.
There's so much about our physical bodies relaxing that we probably don't get scientifically.
Yeah.
So,
It's funny.
but yeah, I mean, if you're enjoying yourself, you can relax. And I can tell you from my experience, I've been working on this audition material myself for the Utah Symphony audition. And I play more relaxed when I'm not thinking about the technical things, not thinking about like, okay, soft, light, or whatever. When I'm thinking about like a mood or an image.
Yeah.
To me, as soon as I'm like, okay, this is walking through the woods, and then all of a sudden, like, I just play better. I'm more
Mhm.
relaxed. So it's a mental thing, whatever. It's a physical, mental combination thing.
Yeah.
So whatever works. Let's just start from the top, and we'll try a couple different things. Why don't you
Okay.
start with the imagery thing?
All right.
Okay, that works.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Get your fingers warmed up.
Yeah. Fingers also had a fun time yesterday.
Oh, I bet, huh? Especially sight reading. Oh yeah, go ahead and stand. I know you like to stand more.
And sight reading, the third part on that song in particular was like, I couldn't hear any of the things I was playing because it was just, every other note was an accidental. Or every two notes was an accidental.
So maybe we need to do some more oral skills, huh? So your sight reading is a little more confident with all the accidentals.
Maybe. I mean, it's
That's
weird though
good
because
stuff.
like it's in complicated chords,
Uh-huh.
and when it changes all the time, it's hard to hear chord by chord. Like if we're
Right,
playing something
right.
long, I can just identify the chords just by hearing it. But if it's like boo va doo va something like that, then it's harder. To
It's a little trickier. I hear you.
It always screws me up.
Let's.
I've played that a lot,
I
but
think I know why. I was watching your fingers. I think I know why this time.
okay.
You get a little flat fingered, and then once you start getting into the oh no, I have to like use the third finger. You get like extra flat fingered, and this one kind of goes funky on you. And so I think that's what's
Okay.
slowing you down, is your fingers are getting funky on you. This might slow you down even more at first, but it will make you faster in the long run. Just lock everything in with this perfectly tall, like tip of the finger kind of thing. But you gotta get it over the valve. Yeah. And just do it super slow from here. Just see if you can keep your fingers touching the
The top.
valves. Yep. it very slowly. Bum, 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 bum.
A little better.
I think you're
Do I add
adding in
a
an
note?
extra note, playing it.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're trilling C sharp to D, this is the hardest thing you're going to ever have to do. When you're trilling, keep your third finger touching the valve if possible. And if not touching, see how hard that is? Mine doesn't stay touching.
Ugh, that's weird.
That's because you never worked out that muscle that way
Yeah.
before, okay? Now, it doesn't have to, I mean, saying touching is going to be nearly impossible, but what we were doing is you're letting it go like this. Do not let do not let it do this and do not let it do that. Let it at least stay in the right vicinity.
position.
Yeah. Now you just got to make sure you go straight from the D to the F instead of adding in the E. But the fingers were better. Did you feel the difference?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
It's wacky, I know, but I think in the long run you're gonna get a lot more control out of your third finger
Mm-hmm.
if you'll just train yourself to do that. You want to know what I learned from John Faddis?
Did you take a lesson from him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was awesome. He pulled out 3 dimes, and he made me put them on my valve caps, and he made me play. And
You had to keep them on.
the second one of your fingers goes up, the dime will, it's the worst. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's finger torture, but it's kind of hilarious. And I tell you, it works. It is awful at the first, but it is great once you've conquered it. And instead of dimes, look what I got, Euro pennies.
Oh my
They're
gosh,
even
those are tiny.
smaller than dimes, so they're actually,
They fit better.
they do fit better. So. So this will be
An exercise for sure.
this will be a trick. So now, when you play, you've got to play crazy slow otherwise. And when you set your finger, make sure that you're setting it correctly.
Like this.
That looks right, yeah, as long as, yep, don't go flat on yourself,
Oh,
so
my.
real slow. Yep. No.
Oh man! See, whenever I do that,
Yep.
my finger always goes up.
Yep, it's right behind your foot. Yep, that'll make you crazy and awesome.
Yeah. After a while.
After
Of
a
being
while.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. And here we were going to talk about endurance
Clark
stuff.
Clark
and now we're-
studies with
That's
this.
right. Now we're doing finger stuff. That's okay. This is worth it. I love it. Okay. All right.
Wow.
You get the idea?
Yeah.
Woohoo. So that's a fun exercise.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, write that down. I think that will help you because you're so close. You've got good technique in general, but the moments where your fingers kind of betray you, they
Yeah, I practice a lot of jazz licks that are technically hard.
yes.
And then when I play something slightly different, like I never played. I always play something like that.
Playing around.
So it's like
Yeah. You
I have
got
to
it.
fight the muscle memory.
That's right. You got to get it in your muscles the right way. Okay. So you're going to think about fingers. I kind of feel bad we kind of abandoned the imagery thing, but I got to go back and tell you what I heard. When you said, I'll think of the woods, right? Right? I was like listening, and when it got to here, it was like a little squirrel jumping through the branches. So to me, I was like,
I'm gonna write that down too. That's really
okay,
funny.
because to me, I heard it, and I thought, if there is ever a way to help you increase your endurance, is to get your mind off of
Off of play.
and playing a little squirrel, right? And it's so gentle, and you just relax, and you play so much more free and open. Okay, so keeping your fingers nice and strong, but then imagining the woods and the cute squirrel. Let's hear
See,
it.
now this feels easier. Now that
Good, now that you don't have bees on it.
Felt easier on my fingers. I don't know why.
Yes.
That's like.
Well, no, it definitely looked better. The only time it started to revert a little bit, where your third finger tends to go over the valve a little bit, and that's going to slow you down a little bit. You started doing that when you started giving the A flats.
Okay.
Yeah, you see it? See
Yeah.
it right there? So do that real slow with your A flat starting here. You want to do it with the pennies or no? You do?
I'll try it.
All right. Awesome. Because you know it's going to feel amazing
Yeah, 'cause
after
once
you
I-
do it.
Yeah, it'll be a piece of cake after it.
That's right.
Where did you find these?
In Europe.
In Europe. Okay.
Yeah. I had to do some traveling to get those. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay, you're getting close though. Your fingers sliding.
Oh, it's coming over
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Try to, again, when you set it up, it's really important that you get your fingers tall. I think that's going to be probably the hardest part about it, is getting the change of direction on that third finger. Because when you leave it flat, it's just going to continue to slide over and make it hard for you. But you're so close. You're doing so good.
I'll start with
This one's kind of, there we go. Okay. Yeah, let's try that. Good. That's really not bad at all. I
Yeah,
mean,
they slide around a lot.
they do slide, but you're doing pretty good keeping them solid, and once you take them off, you're gonna love
Should
them.
try it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're doing great. Wow.
Yeah, I'm way more conscious of my fingers now.
Good. Well, it's interesting because not only did your fingers look fantastic that time, your tone was better.
Really?
Yeah, and I think
I guess because I wasn't paying attention
like
to
I
it.
mean with the pennies on there, you're like
Mhm.
like you're really kind of forcing it, but then you were just relaxed, and not only did your fingers sound and look great, your tone was just a little more open because
That's
you were
good.
just not,
Yeah.
fighting for it. So that's great. That's the idea. All right, so go to Europe and
Get some pennies.
say it's my homework assignment. I have to. I'm just kidding. I'm
Cheap
sure you,
though, right?
I'm sure. Yeah, that's right. I'm sure you could probably get these at the bank somewhere.
Here. Or in Europe.
No, here. I mean, I would imagine they have like the exchange thing. Maybe the airport bank. I don't know.
Maybe.
Or you could just use dimes.
Yeah.
That's probably easier.
Mhm.
Anyway, okay, well that's really coming along.
Yeah.
And see, when you were relaxed and your tone was better that time, I was actually starting to imagine, again, the woods. And just like, yeah, ba 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 ba. It's autumn time right now, and so I was like imagining this leaf just kind of falling. Ba, 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 ba. And it was just so relaxed in my mind because you sounded more relaxed.
Mhm.
So you start getting those images in your mind, that'll just make your sound even more luscious
Yeah.
and less forced. So, why don't we just do from the top again? I'm just gonna kind of come over here so I can hear from a different angle. More of an audience angle. Alright, how can we get you out of your head with that ascending lick?
Just think straight, maybe.
Yeah. For me, I always kind of think down. It's like I'm looking down from high up, like I'm on the mountain looking down. So it gets further away, you know what I mean?
I gotta think that's. I think I probably
You think
would
outward?
think farther away.
Yeah, I like it. Outward.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I can tell you forgot.
God.
But I
Should we take
like.
this off?
So you'll get it. I liked what you did with the going further away.
Yeah.
It just kind of let it float up there a little bit easier. Cool, timeout. Any other thoughts that you had
That was a good
visually
one.
throughout the piece?
Well, once I realized that I needed to open up more here,
Yep.
which I think I did.
Yeah,
More than that one or that one.
yeah, I'm glad you said that, because that's what I heard. You opened up by the second note. It's that first one we gotta get you to open up on. Yeah.
And then here my tone was, usually it's not that great because it's like a little bit tired and I've been going up and down like crazy.
Mhm.
But that time was good.
I bet you it's because you weren't going up and down like crazy. You were just going out. Do you see what I mean? When you take the up and down out of it mentally, you actually work significantly less right here. And so by just doing what you did, which sounded beautiful, by the going outwards, that reduces the tension. So that's exactly what we wanted to do today, right? Is figure out how to get you to reduce some tension as you're playing through long passages. There's a note you keep missing, and I gotta find it. I can't remember. I think it was a B, but I don't know where the B would be. Where is that B?
You mean to play it?
Yeah, we might have to have you play it
I'll
again.
start from here.
Okay. That's what it is. It's the F. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
going down to a D instead of going down to an. That's what it was. Okay. Let's do this also. Yeah. You're just gonna have to get the. Maybe you might have to sing it a couple times. Make sure you know what it sounds like.
Yeah.
The other thing I want you to try, we got to get you to fill out those low notes when you're dipping down to them. So I want you to start here, and I want you to freeze on that C sharp in time, but once you get there, hold it. Yeah. Now C sharps generally need to be kicked out a little further than that, so if you can get out a little further, that'll help. Good. Again. Yeah, that's the idea. Now, only add one more note and freeze on the D in time. No, one more time. The C sharp tone was better. Good.
My trill's not even. I feel like they're kind of awkward, like, and then when I try and go down, it slows down.
It's okay that it slows down coming out of the trill. I didn't notice in particular that it was super awkward. I mean, it just sounds like. you just. If you want to work on it, you can get a little faster at it. And I think if the faster you go, the more confident you feel.
Okay.
But you sound fine on it so
All right.
far. Yeah, and the question is how open are you when you first hit that D?
I could have been more open.
Yeah, try again. not thinking about trill and then the next high note. Think about those notes. Those are the ones you gotta lock in.
Those rests.
The rest, that's right, that's what we talked about last time. They're your easy notes. Oh, use them to your advantage. Okay, go there and I'd like to get at least through that F. Good, yeah, you're gonna get that in your head. And you gotta get the E out of your fingers. That's
Yeah, what did I do it again?
Something was funky in there. Alright, what chord is that you?
D minor chord. Yeah.
That's fun. Yep, so just play your D minor chord over and over. Now, try it with your left hand.
Sometimes I do this.
Good, good.
It's well, I do it not with the trumpet, but like with the other hand. Like that's.
Sure.
Because for some reason, if I can play something in my right hand memorized, I can still do it in my left. Like it's not as good, but I can still do it.
Yeah, that's good. Nice. Good. Okay. Back to the right hand. Good. And you're starting to get that F in your
Yeah.
ear.
Noticing it.
Good. Good. That's the important thing. Okay, you're getting the idea. You're sounding so much better on this. It's starting to open up. Be relaxed. I want to hear more of the squirrel here, though. If you'll forgive my cheesiness. That was a really gross squirrel, but that's okay.
Squirrel tripped.
Squirrels, yeah, having a snack. Just have some fun with it.
Okay.
Think of the squirrel. I like it. That's fun. And to me, I like what you were doing earlier with the going away. It's kind of like, oh, look super far out there. Oh my gosh, look
Yeah.
away at that tree. It's a squirrel. Right?
Oh yeah, look at the squirrel.
Right? And so that kind of helps you remember to look far away as you're going up. And then every single time, think of something else. Like every time you're going up, be like, ooh, what do I see in that tree? It's a little bird, because you're trilling. Ooh, what do I see in that tree? It's another bird. Right? Every time you go up, keep thinking out, and you're just looking at a different tree in the woods every time. That way you don't forget to use that awesome trick that worked so well for you. Yeah? Okay. Let's do it again from the top, and I won't, I'm just going to enjoy your imagery, all right? So you just concentrate on that, and let's go ahead and keep going into the triplet section this time.
And I'll try to take only one beat of rest.
Yeah, do your best. It's okay, one way or the other, you'll be fine.